Like my grandmama would say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, baby, don't say nothing at all. Black people, we need to do better. We really, really need to do better. Before I go any further into the details about this particular case that was just dismissed, thrown out, disappears, let me say this. I have never seen a Asian person, a white person, or Hispanic people gather on social media whenever any one of their celebrities or stars are accused of anything. Their communities don't gather on social media to say stuff like, "Yup, he guilty. Yup, I know he was guilty. He looked like he did it. Lock him up. Throw away the key." You know, even when there is evidence that clearly shows that they did it, these communities prefer to go quiet. They just don't have anything to say. Like my grandmama would say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, baby, don't say nothing at all.
I totally agree with him. I really do. Because Big Mama used to say that, and he's right. We do each other dirty in the African American community.
We need to start practicing that. We are the first ones that demonize our own kind as soon as an accusation is laid against them. You could watch Puffy right now, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Diddy, Brother Love, however you want to call him. Look at social media and look at everything they put out about Diddy. Sean P. Diddy Combs has a new lawsuit that says 14-year-old girl says he did this to her. Here goes black people. Damn, did he get down like that? That's messed up. They should lock him up and throw away the key. Nobody is stopping to say, okay, this is going overboard. I need to see some proof or something. Y'all need to stop it. So I hope the same energy goes into social media, sharing to the world that the accusations that were made, the lawsuit that was filed against Sean P. Diddy Combs and Jay-Z has been thrown out.
Yep.
I hope has been dismissed. I hope y'all share it with the same vigor that you were leaving those comments. You know, I read through the paperwork of that particular lawsuit, and the details are as follows. Hold on, we about to get into the details.
All right.
And we're going to get into the details on this video because I don't know how somebody read this and is an intelligent individual and couldn't piece together that this was just plain bullshit. So, first, lawsuit was filed against P. Diddy, saying a 14-year-old girl says, or 13-year-old girl says she snuck her way. Walk with these details. She snuck her way into the VMA's after party. The year she snuck her way into the VMA's after party, it was nothing but A-list celebrities in that after party and their entourage, their people. They're there to turn up. There were lots of limousines outside because everybody is a star. We're going to be drinking and partying. We're taking the limo and the limo driver tonight because we're not catching DUIs. We're rich. In the limo parking lot that was designated for all the limousines from all the famous people is where this 13-year-old ends up. This 13-year-old allegedly convinced a friend to drive her 6 hours
Whoa,
away
that's
from
a
her home,
that's a
upstate
ride.
New York, 7 hours away from her home, to this location where the VMA's after party is happening. First of all, the VMA's after party, this is the after party where no children were allowed. So the minute a child was seen in the building, it would have been out of place already.
True.
This person alleges in this lawsuit that she got a friend at 13 years old to drive her at nighttime 6-7 hours away to this VMA's and drop her off outside on a sidewalk where she at 13 years old uses her genius mind to figure out how to sneak into this A-list celebrity after party. This is the party after the VMAs, the Video Music Awards, where the awards are given out. Everybody is celebrating who won, and then they're having an after party where the stars gather to pop champagne and party into the night. There are no children allowed in here.
Exactly.
So this friend drops her 6-7 hours away from her home in New York City where the VMAs is being held. Drops her on the sidewalk in front of the building.
First of all, how was she supposed to get back? And second of all, she said her father picked her up, and her father said that he doesn't recall her saying anything about her being raped by two of the richest men in the world.
She tries to get in. She can't see her way in. She's trying to figure out how to make it in. She goes over to the limousines because she says all these limousines means they belong to the stars.
Right.
One limousine driver approaches her. Hey, little girl, how you doing? You know, who you here with? She tells this grown man, the limousine driver, I'm trying to make it into the awards. I'm trying to get inside. Can you sneak me in? This grown ass man takes a look at her. The limo driver takes a look at her and says, yes, you are just what P. Diddy likes. These are the details from the lawsuit. You are just what P. Diddy likes. And then he sneaks her in to the party, puts her in the limousine, drives her around, and then sneaks her into this party. She gets into the party. She's walking around. She's seeing all these celebrities that she normally sees on television, in music videos, and whatever else. She is in the middle of stars. Nobody is questioning, what's this little girl doing here?
Exactly.
Who's she here with?
Exactly.
Why is there a child in here? This is the after party. You know, R. Kelly after the show was the after party and after the, okay. So she walks around and she's going to different rooms and different parts. And then, boom, she bumps into Sean P. Diddy Combs. P. Diddy pulls her to a room, talks to her about making her a star, asks her how bad she wants it, and proceeds to GRAPE, grapes, apples, oranges, her. And while he was doing it, forcing himself on her, got her spread out. In comes Jay-Z. And she thinks Beyonce was there too, but she's not sure.
Only reason why I say her story didn't make any sense is because why wouldn't you tell your father that you were raped when you were picked up? When he picked you up, you didn't mention anything about that.
And then when P. Diddy was done with her, Jay-Z took turns and he went next. Do you see the details somebody went through to concoct this wicked ass story? And when they were done with her, they let her up and just let her go. And they went off about their business. And she was hurt and hurting. And she stumbled around with her clothes a mess. And she's trying desperately to find an exit to get out of this party. And she tried many doors and it didn't work.
And nobody witnessed that either. Okay, that's another thing.
And eventually, she finds a door that opens and she ends up on the sidewalk where it all began, where she was dropped off at by the person who drove 6-7 hours from upstate New York where her daddy house is to take her to this party. And now she is on the sidewalk again. She messed around and said in her affidavit, in her report, in her lawsuit, that she called her father to come pick her up.
Yep.
And her father drove all that way to come get her. Now, they asked her if she had any witnesses. She said the friend that drove her there died.
What?
Okay, your friend is no longer alive. We can't ask her anything. Who else can we ask? Your dad, right? You said your dad
Yep.
drove you there. Jay-Z and them spared no change getting to the father, because you know they gotta hear what. I mean, is this true? Did you ever have to go pick your daughter up in New York City? The father himself, under questioning, said,
Yep.
"We are 6-7 hours away from New York. That's a long drive, a far ways of home. Yes, I've had to go pick my daughter up, but that's in town, right here where we live, when she was a teenager. But I've never had to go all the way to New York to go pick her up. I definitely would have remembered something like that." Right away, credibility is shot.
Exactly.
Yet you had all these black people in these comment sections. I saw one comment, one black woman said, "Oh, he went and got lawyers. Jay-Z went and got lawyers. He defending himself too hard. When they defend themselves this hard, this is how you know they're guilty." Black people.
He went to get a lawyer because somebody was accusing him something that he know was not true.
You know what the funny thing is, man, about all this? When they first broke the news about Diddy and the minor, this is the story. I want y'all to know that this case has been thrown out. So that's a victory for Diddy. That's a victory for Jay-Z. I want you to use your common sense and think about all the other weird stories and accusations coming at Diddy. How full of shit they are, just like this story is. The weird thing about all this was when the story first broke, it said that Diddy and somebody who is just as, if not more high profile and wealthier than Diddy is. And we kept scratching our heads. And the attorney, Tony Buzby, said, "Oh, the name will be revealed soon." So we're following the story and we're thinking, okay, the name will be revealed soon, but who has more money, lives a more lavish lifestyle than Diddy? I can't think of anybody. And when the name broke and they said Jay-Z, I was like, oh my God.
I never believed that Jay-Z was involved. Never. Never. The comments that he said shortly after being accused, I never thought that it was Jay-Z.
After Jay-Z's name broke, the paperwork for the case was released to public knowledge. This is where I got all the information of how the individual described how everything happened. Now, there were other times where this individual was questioned again and was even more inconsistent than before. it's as if each time this person is asked, this person tells a whole different story, pretty much.
Exactly.
But their main goal is to keep Sean Puffy Combs and P. Diddy in the story. Because their goal is to get money, right? Shout out to Jay-Z. Jay-Z said, listen, don't fuck with me.
Exactly.
I'm not on.
Jay-Z went hard. Jay-Z went hard. He went hard. He was like, nah, you not about to get me on that.
This bullshit. We are men who stand by a certain code. Children are definitely off limits.
Exactly.
And if somebody did what this lawsuit is saying, somebody did this to a child, a 13-year-old, there shouldn't be a civil suit for this. There should be a criminal case in criminal court.
Jay-Z's daughter, oldest daughter, Blue, is pretty much the same age as this little girl was. I never believed he had anything to do with it.
So we can get real justice for that child that was done this way. Man, you gotta tip your hat to Jay-Z for that.
True.
Jay-Z said, man, listen, take this to criminal court because this is wickedness. Whoever did this in these details I'm reading,
True.
Take this to criminal court. Why are we pursuing a paycheck?
Exactly.
And here goes black people again. Yep, he know he did it. He know he did it. Beyonce, she wicked too. I bet Beyonce and Jay-Z got secrets. I bet Beyonce, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy in them freaky parties. I bet switching partners, etc., etc. We just come up with the most wickedest narratives for our own people with no proof whatsoever.
And the little girl who made the allegations also said there was a female artist that was watching her being raped.
I gotta think to myself, right, that the people on social media that are destroying or are quick to destroy or help to destroy their own, our own, it's because they are underachievers. They haven't achieved much in life. So they look at somebody like a Jay-Z, who is a legitimate billionaire,
True.
and Beyonce, who's been together for forever now, and they've built a life together, and they've built immense wealth. They've solidified a legacy that will outlast them on this earth.
True.
And these people look at it, and I think they look at the children and they're like, damn, they got kids. The kids got mommy and daddy. All these celebrities divorcing, breaking up. I don't see
Jealousy. It's jealousy and greed.
them divorcing and breaking up. I don't see them fighting in public or anything like that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Fighting in public. What about that elevator scene with Beyonce's sister and Jay-Z?
I want to see some dysfunction. I'm jealous because my life was dysfunctional. My daddy was broke. He didn't set nothing up for me to come be successful. My mama was a hoe. She got multiple kids, my brothers and sisters, by different men. Beyonce got all her kids by friggin' Jay-Z. They're too successful. And me and Jay-Z and Beyonce are pretty much like the same age group. And I'm still broke. Or if they're younger, they're probably thinking, man, they've achieved so much, ain't no way I'm ever gonna be like them. Like the fame and the wealth, like they have accomplished.
Exactly.
So the jealousy sits in. You know, it's sick to watch this, right? But like I started this video out saying, the only people I see who rejoice while tearing down their own people is black people.
True.
I dare y'all to show me one Asian.
True.
One Asian who's been accused of any kind of crime. And then show me a comment section on the reporting of that story and show me the Asian people in the comment section who are rooting for that Asian individual who's being accused to go to prison for life, lock him up, throw away the keys.
He telling the truth. He is telling the truth. That's out of their character. That's something we do all day long.
Yes, I know he did it. I want you to show me one white person who is of stature, and show me the bunch of white people who are in the comment section praying for their downfall. The most those people will say is, it'll all come out in court.
Yep.
Let's wait for the proof. Let's wait for evidence. Let's see what happens at trial.
That's true.
They don't jump to conclusion and show the whole world that they're ready to burn their own at the stake and sacrifice them.
The issue with P. Diddy is that he was caught on tape physically beating that Ventura young lady. And that's why people can't get that vision out of their mind. That's why it's kind of hard to believe that Diddy didn't do some of the stuff that they are saying.
Why do black people do that all the time? I knew the story was fake. There's no friggin' way that you're a grown person and you truly believe that a 13-year-old
Right.
had a friend that could drive her 6-7 hours away from her home and then had the wherewithal to get herself into a celebrity-only party, after party.
Yep.
Video Music Award, VMAs at that. This ain't just sneaking into the club. This isn't just putting on makeup and acting like you're older than you are.
True.
With a fake ID. She didn't have no fake ID. She snuck in as a 13-year-old, according to her. Just so happened to luckily drive 6 hours away and bump into, out of all the limousine drivers, you bump into Sean P. Diddy Combs' limousine driver, who lets you know that yes, Diddy likes them like you.
Far-fetched. Far-fetched.
Young, fresh. And we believe all this shit. Pardon my language, but I have to say it is shit. And we believe all this shit. We believe without asking for proof. We believe without saying, let this case go to court and we'll see what proof comes out in a trial. We just condemn our own. Let me close this video by saying this, right? I think that every person who has layered one of these types of accusations, if they are found to be lying, the case should not just simply be dismissed. I think that these stars, be it Diddy, Jay-Z, they should sue for defamation.
True. Exactly. They should not be allowed to just walk away. That's crazy.
There should also be punishment by law.
So I agree. So the next person who opens their mouth and it's not the truth, then you're going to be punished as well.
On the books, that when you do something like this and it is found that you fabricated this,
Yep.
damage somebody's life in pursuit of a few dollars, you should be made to do the time that that individual would have done if they were found guilty of what you lied and accused them of.
Exactly.
So if Jay-Z was going to get and Diddy was going to get 10 years for this, 15 years for this, that is how much time the individual who told the lie would serve once this is found out that this is actually a lie.
And then maybe you'll think twice before you open your mouth.
I bet I bet every penny that I have to my name that these accusations would stop.
True.
If there were consequences, these accusations would stop.
And it should be consequences.
Leave your comments in the comment section below. And like I started out saying, the lawsuit that involves Jay-Z and Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, has been dismissed.